exactly what happened with Nexperia. And Nexperia is a very, very interesting case. So Wingtech bought Nexperia in 2018 or 19. June
2018.
2025, America tells Netherlands that it will place restrictions on Nexperia if Nexperia doesn't replace the Chinese CEO. September 2025, Netherlands takes control of Nexperia, invoking Goods Act or something like that. But then early November, Nexperia says it cannot fulfill its obligations to its clients because they cannot provide chips now. Because most of the chip semiconductors, MOSFETs, all those kind of semiconductors are produced in China. So everybody freaks out. Then Trump and Xi meet, and then 19th November, Netherlands backs off. It's just a ridiculous thing to pursue on behalf of America. It's like what I say. I mean, America treats its allies as watchdogs and not even allies. And now, I mean, that's Netherlands is left red faced now. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous for Netherlands and for America also. They gained absolutely nothing except proving that China is more powerful. I mean, I keep saying that Trump is probably the best thing to happen to China, I guess, in terms of China proving its strength. And Americans don't realize that. Again and again, they expose their weaknesses.
Yeah, Trump is making China great again.
Yeah,
Trump is
exactly.
making China greater. China is already
Exactly.
great. He's making China greater.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Europe, they had a chance to pursue strategic autonomy and be a pole in the multipolar world. Yet they chose to slavishly follow the U.S. lead to the detriment of the European interests. The whole war in Ukraine that cut off EU from cheap source of energy, Russian gas. And now they're following America's lead to antagonize one of their biggest trade partner, China. The result is we have deindustrialization of Germany. A lot of the German firms are now being moved to United States because at least there they can still access cheap gas. So essentially, U.S. is cannibalizing its own vassal states to stay afloat, and the European leaders just went along nilly. Um, and yeah, the Dutch case is one of these worst examples, because the Dutch basically they volunteer to be America's cat's paw to grab the chestnut from the fire, and then they got then few days later Trump meets Xi, knock out a truce in the trade war, and suddenly all the whole reason for Dutch to seize Nexperia disappeared, because originally U.S. said they're gonna place Nexperia on entity list because they're expanding the number of Chinese semiconductor firms be on the blacklist from original 1,400 to 20,000, and the result of Xi Trump meeting was U.S. decided to roll back the BIS 50% rule, and now Dutch government is looking the fool for holding a shell of a company that can fulfill its obligations, because all its manufacturing is in China, and the Chinese government was telling the Nexperia China, say, hey, you just make sure you fulfill the orders for the Chinese EV industries. Everybody else, the Germans, the Japanese, Americans, they will have to come to you to make a new deal on supply agreement, and they have to pay in RMB. and so that essentially cut out the whole Nexperia headquarters in Netherlands, and so there's no point for Dutch government to hold on to anymore. So they're saying, oh, I'm sorry, I was just joking, you can have it back. But this is gonna make any Chinese potential investor in Europe think twice about putting their money there, when they know that their asset can just be taken away like that by decree. That's right now, like a lot of the Chinese investment in Europe is actually going to countries like Serbia or Hungary, where there's a lot more friendly, receptive environment for Chinese investment.